Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry that this isn't an in-person event, but with COVID cases the way that they are climbing in Berks County, we figured that it would be a good idea for us to kind of take this virtual so we can reduce the spread of COVID-19. So I'd like to welcome you guys to the 2022 installation for the Reading-Berks Association of Realtors. My name is Brittney Shurr. I'm the association executive for our bar. It is our 100th year anniversary, so we are celebrating that. But we're really just, recognizing a couple of award winners, and we're doing the most formal business to start the year off by installing our directors and officers for 2022. So the first thing that I'd like to do is recognize our affiliates and our sponsors. So our sponsors are the companies listed in front of you: L&L Services, Dan Williams Photography, Poli Associate School of Real Estate, Home Team Inspection Services, Fulton Mortgage Company, Jameson Appraisal Services, Visions Federal Credit Union, Residential Mortgage Services, Bright MLS, Fleetwood Bank, Greater Reading Chamber Alliance, Mortgage America of Wyomissing, North Point Bank, Petro Home Services, Stewart Abstract, and Tompkins Community Bank. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring the association throughout 2021. We had a great year, and it was great to be back in person for a lot of things that we were able to do last year. The 2022 sponsors are filling up. There's still time. If your business is thinking about becoming a sponsor, I highly encourage you to do so. There's a lot of really great benefits that come along with that. These are our 2022 sponsors so far. A couple of you have leveled up, which I love. Dan Williams Photography, Poli Associates, Home Team Inspection Services, Fulton Mortgage, Jameson Appraisal, Residential Mortgage, Fleetwood Bank, Tompkins Community Bank, Stewart Abstract, Bright MLS, and North Point Bank. So thank you guys for sponsoring in 2022. We look forward to having you as our sponsors this year, especially with the 100-year anniversary. So that's exciting. Next, I just would like to introduce our staff members to those of you who do not know them already. They are the driving force behind a lot of what the association does day to day. Like I said, I'm the association executive. John Savant is our director of government and community affairs. Kathy Stoika is director of operations and events. Courtney Dombrowski, who is our newest hire, she is director of marketing and communications. So this is the crew. If ever you need anything, you can feel free to call our office, and one of these people will be happy to assist you. All right, so next, I'd like to turn it over to our president for 2021, Erica Ramus. She is going to present the 2021 awards to our award winners. So we have a lot of really great ones. Erica, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, thank you everyone for signing on today. I know it's been a difficult year, and we are virtual, not virtual, virtual, not virtual, but thank you very much for being flexible in your schedules. So every year we request that our members nominate individuals for the following awards: Realtor of the Year, Grow with Berks, Volunteer of the Year, and Municipal Official of the Year. So the nominating committee for the awards, were reviewed. We reviewed the applications, and the winners were chosen in 2021 by a panel of our members. The first award that we are presenting is the Realtor of the Year award. And the Realtor of the Year recognizes the best in realtor spirit, business accomplishments, commitment, involvement in the Realtor Association, and participation in civic and community affairs. And the winner of our 2021 Our Bar Realtor of the Year award is Anthony Borelli. Licensed since 2001, Anthony is a consistent award-winning producer, but he's always willing to help train and educate our new agents. He is also a resource for tenured agents when it comes to sales and business-related advice. Anthony holds many professional designations, and he is entering his second year on the Our Bar Board of Directors. He is amiable, respectful, gregarious, competent, professional, and ethical. He exemplifies what a realtor should be, as he is truly guided by the golden rule. I have worked with him personally, and I can attest to the fact that Anthony is one of our most respected and one of those realtors where when you see him showing one of your properties, you go, yay, I really hope that this guy gets the listing or gets the buyer, because he is just an overall good guy. We're very proud of him to be on our board of directors, but also to have been nominated and to win this award. Besides our realtor involvements, Anthony is involved with the Knights of Columbus. He's a 4th degree Knights of Columbus. He's involved heavily with the Knights of
Hey,
Columbus.
honey,
Kitchen,
how do I get my
the St.
volume?
John the Baptist de La Salle Roman Catholic Church, and he donates a portion of every commission to his church, which is very important to him. So at this point, I would like, Anthony, can you open your mic and unmute yourself, please? And would you like to say a few words?
Sure. I'm honored to be the recipient of the award. I'm surprised, but definitely appreciative of the award. I do strive myself on doing the right thing throughout my real estate career, and I appreciate all the support that I've gotten from the board and also my fellow realtors. And I look forward to growing this year, supporting the board, and making sure that we are supportive for the total membership. And once again, I do appreciate the nomination and the award.
Thank
Anthony,
you.
I'm holding up your award too, by the way. So this is available. We'll work it out and getting it to you whenever you're available.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
But once again, congratulations to Anthony, and we are so proud of him. This is his 2nd year on the board, and I will tell you, as president last year, I really valued not only his opinion, but the way he conducted himself. And he is one of those people who thinks, who very much is one of those in-depth thinkers. And then when he speaks, you know, he has given a very measured response. And I have appreciated your feedback all year long. So thank you very much. So
Thank you.
the next award is the 2021 Volunteer of the Year Award. And our association is made up of many volunteers, and there are some members who go above and beyond the normal call of duty. So this year, we are very happy to announce that our 2021 Volunteer of the Year Award is given to Angela Toloski. Angela is familiar to most of you. She has served the membership in many ways throughout the years. She's a volunteer instructor for our bar's bi-monthly new member orientations, and she teaches new realtors about upholding the commitment to fair housing laws and regulations. And in 2021, she stepped forward to represent our bar on a panel discussing landlord-tenant issues, which was a highly viewed discussion. And it was a virtual series for consumers, landlords, property managers, and tenants. And we very much appreciated Angela's commitment to that series. She attends many of our events and as many of our functions as she can. She is also the 2020 president, and she served on our executive committee in 2021, and she is our outgoing director this year. So her volunteerism and service to the membership in various capacities have earned her this award, and we proudly recognize her efforts. Angela, are you on the call, and would you be able to say a few words?
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm in the car, so it's dark in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Today was a crazy day, so I'm still on the road, but I love being a part of the organization, and I know now I'm no longer just the past president, immediate past president, but I promised Brittney that I would continue to be involved, and I love helping out, and I'm going to keep giving as much time as I can. In past years, I've helped with Thanksgiving for Meals on Wheels, making turkeys. I enjoy doing that. I love helping with the Easter baskets, and when we do the food drive. So I'm hoping we can keep all these programs going. And absolutely, thank you so much, whoever nominated me. I appreciate it. And I promise to stay involved and do whatever I can if you guys need me. So thank you very much.
Angela, here's your award.
Thank you, Brittany. Love you guys. I miss you all.
Thank you, Angela. Stay in the car and go sell a house.
Yeah, I know, right? Thank
So,
you.
every year, our bar recognizes someone in the community who makes a significant impact in Berks County. In choosing the recipient for this honor, known as the Grow with Berks Award, we look for individuals who give home buyers a better reason to live in Berks County, maintaining high principles and high ethical standards in the conduct of all aspects of business and personal relationships, and show loyalty and devotion to the advancement and success of Berks County. So this year, we are very happy to present the Grow with Berks Award to Stephen Geringer. Mr. Geringer has many years of experience in the housing finance industry. As CEO for the Neighborhood Housing Services of Greater Berks, Steve is committed to making a positive impact in the lives of our residents within the city of Reading and the Greater Berks County region through affordable housing initiatives. He has helped to grow new opportunities for collaboration between government resources, private institutions, and community partners to increase access to housing and expanding home ownership through education, which is what we're all about at our bar. The mission of NHS of Greater Berks is to facilitate and provide affordable housing programs and initiatives for all people of Berks County that will create, preserve, and improve opportunities for successful homeownership and quality rental units for low and moderate income families, and will contribute to the revitalization of our neighborhoods and the greater community. So Steve, would you be able to say a few words to us?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to work my phone. I don't know why I can't get it to go. Anyway, can anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, great. Well, again, thank you so much. I'm just truly honored to receive this award in recognition. I have to personally thank a couple of my board members that are here, Marisol Torres and Edgar Cortez. And then I have some of my staff on the line as well. NHS has been around for about 44 years. We've been able to achieve tremendous growth through seeking out opportunities in affordable housing. And obviously, I want to congratulate our bar on 100 years. I want to thank whoever it was that nominated me. It's, as we continue to move forward, we have some really exciting things planned for the city and for the county. The primary one is going to be, we're going to create, and we've already been partially approved for the very first Hispanic credit union in Berks County. So we're going to be all in 100% on developing the resources and building trust and helping families to create generational wealth for decades to come. So, again, I'm humbled by this award. I went back and I looked at some of the former recipients and I was like, wow. And again, it's my team. They execute, we put the vision in front of them and they just do a tremendous job. And my board supports me, and the relationship that my staff has with numerous of the realtors at our bar is just spectacular. And partnering with great first lenders, we're really able to provide, the perfect sandwich of financing for anybody that's trying to purchase their first home in Berks County. And it's the greatest county to live in. So again, thank you, everyone. Truly, again, humbled and honored. And I truly appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And now I'd like to turn it over for a moment just to our Government Affairs Director, John Savant, to award our 2021 Municipal Official of the Year.
Thanks, Erica. The Municipal Official of the Year award recognizes an elected or appointed official in Berks County who is a strong advocate for not only the real estate industry, but for the citizens of the county. This year, our Municipal Official of the Year award goes to Chris Spahn. Chris has chaired the Northern Berks Economic Development Committee, which is a coalition of county and local governments, school districts, and other community organizations. And their committee was tasked with helping to guide the future of economic development in the Northern Berks region. His work was instrumental in the drafting of the Northern Berks Joint Comprehensive Plan, which, fingers crossed, is going to be soon fully adopted and approved by every participating municipality within that region. As the director of operations and business development for the Hamburg Area School District, Chris really exemplifies how school districts and real estate professionals can come together, work together towards common goals that benefit their communities. And for these reasons, we're proud to name him our 2021 Municipal Official of the Year. Chris, if you're on the call, would you like to unmute and say a few words?
Thank you, John. It really is quite an honor, but I really got to thank, I know Paul Hummel is one of your members. I'd like to thank Paul and the other colleagues on the Hamburg Area School District Board. They're the ones who had the vision to see how a school district could become a partner with the local municipalities to drive economic growth. So I thank Paul. I thank the vision of our school directors who saw that need to use that resource within our community. And I look forward to working with you and the rest of the Reading-Berks Association of Realtors to address some policy issues from a county planning commission side. We recognize the need to take a look at assessment policy, opportunity for joint zoning whenever we can, and other areas that would support smart growth. So thank you, John. I appreciate your thoughts, and thank everybody for the award.
Thank you. And now I'd like to quick turn the program back over to Erica.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Now I'd like to take a moment to recognize and introduce our outgoing director. We have one outgoing director this year, and our past president, Angela Tulaski, who you just heard from. Angela joined RBAR Board of Directors in 2016, and she took on the RBAR presidency in 2020, which was, as you all know, an infamous year that will forever be known as the year of COVID-19. And Angela led the association through a real estate industry shutdown, a transition to virtual everything, and she helped identify new and innovative ways to forge ahead for RBAR members. So thank you, Angela, for your outstanding commitment and service to RBAR and to the members. And at this point, we're going to be passing the gavel. So I would like to say a few words about my year in 2021 as president. Angela and I worked very closely in 2020, and in 2021, I had a couple of goals, which most of you will remember. The first was to engage the membership and bring them together. And I think we were very successful with that. Our Facebook page had incredible growth and engagement with members. We were posting constantly as far as updates. I, as your president, was posting things, but also the staff. And secondly, my second main point was this was our 99th year as RBAR. So I wanted 99 members to give $99 to our RPAC. And I'm happy to announce that we surpassed that goal. So we got more than 99 people to give $99 for the 99 year. And we definitely hit that goal. Also, our RPAC contribution level was record level. We hit over 41,000, just over 41,000. And that was pretty record breaking for RBAR. But back on the Facebook page, I don't want to take this too personal, but you saw my Facebook engagement drop off towards the end of the year. And I was engaging every week, sometimes almost every day on our Facebook page and getting you guys all involved. We had discussions. And I want you all to know that I dropped off in participation towards the end of the year because my Facebook page was hacked. And if you look for Erica Ramus, the page has been deactivated. And I am working earnestly to try and get it back. But just so you know, that was the reason your president dropped off towards the end of the year, because I don't exist anymore on Facebook. my account is totally deactivated. And so this is not going to go personal, but I want you all to know that I want you to think about, we talk about cybersecurity and hacking, and everybody knows somebody who's been hacked, but there's a level of Facebook hacking where they take your friends and they try to impersonate you. But then there's the level like me, and the onus is on me to prove who Erica Ramus is. And honestly, I have 73 times sent my driver's license to Facebook at this point to prove who Erica Ramus is, and I don't exist anymore on Facebook. So I want you all on this call to think twice about what would happen if your Facebook account was deactivated. And I honestly don't care that I lost my personal stuff. I care that I lost all my family things and my photos and my memories. So this is something that you all need to think about, because my business page was also hacked. And the hacker made himself business manager of my business page. So we are going to have in 2022, we will have at least one cyber learning, maybe a lunch and learn. Sharon is setting things up, but it is serious and it is not something to be messed with. But your president disappeared the second half of 2021 because I don't exist anymore on Facebook. So I want you all to know that's why I disappeared on you. But secondly, I want you all to know that one of the best things about my presidency was all the phone calls and emails and the reach outs that I got from you guys. And I'm sure Chris and Todd can relate to this as their presidency roles at PAR, but I got phone calls weekly, sometimes twice a week, 3 times a week from people, from our members, talking about things that really, really mattered to them. And sometimes it was complaints, and sometimes it was just things that affected their business. And as Jason will find out next year, those calls are priceless. They were priceless to me because I had an insight into your business. So if you are an agent on this call, I want you to know the first phone call should be to your broker. The first phone call on anything needs to be to your broker. And if the broker can't help, yes, please call the association. But in many times, the broker is your best possible resource. And secondly, to the brokers and managers on this call, I totally am in awe of you, and thank you so much, because so many times when I called you, you are the brokers and the managers of our association. When I called you and said, Agent A has a problem with Agent B, we need to help navigate this, our brokers are amazing in our association. I have been a part of other associations, and I will tell you that the R-Bar brokers, for the most part, almost 99.9%, they are amazing, and they work together and they help solve the situation and help fix whatever is wrong, rather than ignoring it or rather than pushing it down the pipeline. So to all you brokers and managers on this call, I appreciate you and thank you for working with us and trying to make our association better, and our agents not just competitors, but collaborators on transactions. And I appreciate that. So thank you so much for making this year the year it was for me. And I had a great year. I appreciate all of you. So the next step is we're going to introduce Jason, who is taking over the gavel and will be taking over the phone calls from now on. Jason is absolutely amazing. If you don't know him, you need to meet him in person. He is a bundle of energy and joy and positivity. And so I'm going to turn over the presentation now to Jason. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. I appreciate your kind words. And I honestly, I consider myself fortunate for you all to be someone following Erica's year. I'm not sure how many of you know her that well or know of her various history before real estate. She's been in real estate for over 20 years and she's qualified, doesn't even begin to describe it. She has a literal master's degree in real estate. Not many people have one of those. But before she became a realtor, she was a publisher. She had a magazine, multiple magazines. in multiple different ways. And she built successful business in the publishing world that laid the foundation for her to have the customer service skill necessary when she became a realtor, and she published real estate articles. She's a published author. She's a nationwide columnist for real estate, doing her local and national advice columns. So people definitely come to Erica for her knowledge. She opened her own brokerage in 2007 for 15 years. She's made it a point to only accept excellence. We've had conversations about that. She only accepts excellence from her agents for client service. She's a professor. She's a literal professor. She teaches licensing, broker, and continuing education classes at Penn State. She's served and chaired on more committees than I can even remotely list. Chris and Todd, I'm sure up at PAR, know her and have seen her chairing things and putting in her effort. She's done the same thing she can her whole career locally, giving as much of her time as she can to the associations. And as she said, fielding phone calls from brokers and people asking her questions. And she always gives freely of her time. She answers the phone and helps people solve challenges. So as you can tell, it was definitely a natural path for her to become president as she moved through the chain there. Just leadership, something that's always come naturally to Erica. And I'm very, very glad that I can call her my friend. I know she's a proud mother. I know she's a proud grandmother. I know she gives her all and every chance she can. And I know she gave all of her effort to the association. And we're all very proud of you. I'm very thankful for the year you gave us. And Brittney has hiding somewhere from an award standpoint. We're going to give it to you in person, your president's plaque, when we actually have a chance to see you in person. So thank you, Erica, for everything that you've done for our association this year. 2021 was a weird year, and you handled it beautifully. Thank you. Brittney, back to you.
All right. So again, I would just like to say thank you to Erica. I've learned so much from Erica, being that I'm only going into my second full year here with RBAR. So this is amazing. And I think Erica has done an outstanding job on all levels, increasing engagement and just making that connection with membership. So I'm very happy to be working with her and have worked with her last year. So thank you again, Erica. Next, I would like to introduce PAR's, our honorary guests. We have some members from PAR leadership. We have 2018 past president, Todd Umbenhauer. We also have 2021 president, Chris Rad, and District 4 vice president, Alexa Sanchez. They are all on the Zoom tonight. Thank you so much for attending and joining us this evening. I want to just start with Todd Umbenhauer. He's going to talk to you a little bit about his path to leadership. He's actually local, born and raised, I think, for Berks County. So Todd, thank you for joining us. And can you share a little bit about your path to leadership at the local and state level?
Thank you, Brittney. I will. And I'm going to start way back as far as that path is concerned. Serving as PAR president in 2018 was the greatest honor of my life. During that year, I was privileged to formally visit almost every one of our local associations, but not the one I most wanted to visit, Reading-Berks. Accordingly, I am beyond excited and honored to be with you this evening, at least virtually. And it is even more special to be with you as RBAR celebrates its 100th anniversary. Congratulations on that impressive milestone, and may you have 100 more successful years as the voice for real estate in Berks County. Thank you for this invitation, and in particular, I extend my gratitude to those who made it happen. Our most excellent PAR immediate past president, Chris Rad, your AE, Brittney, and of course, your incoming president, Jason. This night is not about me, but I thank you all. In checking with Kim Smith at PAR, I learned the records show Reading-Berks has had 5 PAR presidents, with the first being Harry B. Davis in 1941. Now, I'm not so old that I remember him, but I did know Herbert Bellairs, president in 1979, and William Stratton in 89. I submit to you that our bar can lay claim to a sixth PAR president, Todd Umbenhauer, 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to quickly make my case. Anytime I come to Berks County, I am coming home. My parents graduated from Shillington High School, class of 43. My father, Elmer, was a four-sport scholar athlete known as the Shillington Slugger. And after the war, he attended Albright and ultimately opened his dental practice in Birdsboro, where I grew up. My mother, June, was the editor of the school's newspaper, the Chatterbox, I believe. And who was her 7th grade writer that year? John Updike. You can't make this stuff up. She earned her RN at Reading Hospital, where I was born. You will find my uncle's name, Harry Umbenhauer, on the World War II memorial in front of Shillington Borough Hall. My grandparents lived right behind Borough Hall, and the first track I ever ran all the way around as a 5-year-old was right down the alley at Governor Mifflin. Need some deeper roots than that? Burnville is the only place in the world I don't have to spell my last name. My ancestor, Thomas Umbenhauer, founded Burnville upon purchasing the land from William Penn. I guess real estate is in my DNA. The deed for Umbenhauer Park, with its swimming pool and baseball field, has a deed restriction that stipulates if the name is ever changed from Umbenhauer Park, the ground reverts back to the Umbenhauer family, otherwise known as me. So after this meeting, I plan to go to the park and spray paint over my name on the band shell. And on the way to Kozer's Christmas Village, depending on your age, you may have noticed my aunt and uncle's house, where I celebrated more than 40 Thanksgivings, at 2918 Burnville Road, Leesport, near Willow Hollow Golf Club. They did such an amazing job with their Christmas display every year that they were featured in the Reading Eagle in December 1993. The bus drivers taking people to Kozer's would stop for a moment in front of their house announcing, "This is the home of Albert and Myrtle Umbenhauer." My cousin Jay still lives there. Speaking of Christmas, back in the day, parents would tell their children that when the lights on the fire tower came on, it was time to go to bed because those lights guided Santa and he was getting closer. I attended Daniel Boone area schools K through 12 and walked to every school I attended, and yes, uphill both ways in the snow. As a proud Blazer, I attended sporting events at nearly every high school in the county and ran on all of their tracks and cross-country courses. For all of you old enough to remember what a newspaper is, I was even mentioned in Bob Rigger's sports column in the Eagle. And in 1969, I served as mayor of Reading for a day with Victor Yarnell during the countywide Youth Leadership Day. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me ask, how many PAR presidents has Reading-Berks had? 5 or 6? 6 it is. Well, I'm about out of time, but let me conclude with this. Someone once tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to run for the Board of Governors for the former North Penn Board of Realtors. I agreed, and not in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would lead where it did. If someone opens the door for you for more involvement at our bar or PAR, walk through it, or knock on the door, or knock the door down. If you need help, ask Erica or Jason or Angela or Brittney or Alexa or Mark or Merlin or Dave or Sharon or Joe or Vicky or Pete or others. All you need do is ask, and you should, because what awaits you on the other side of that door may be beyond anything in your wildest dreams. A word of caution: be careful when exiting the elevator at the Harrisburg Hilton. During business meetings there several years ago, PAR past president Greg Herb caught me coming out of the elevator and tapped me on my chest and said, "I need to talk to you." Well, that led to a series of conversations with Greg and others. The following year, I ran for treasurer, and the rest is history. I have never regretted that decision. And remember, you can take the boy out of Berks County, but you can't take Berks County out of the boy. Now I finally have closure on my year as PAR president. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for this. I love you all, and God bless you.
Thanks, Todd.
Do you want me to do do you want me to proceed, Brittney?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
great, thank you. I now have the privilege of introducing our next speaker. In addition to doing an exemplary job as president of the Greater Lehigh Valley Realtors twice in consecutive terms, he did a fantastic job as our leader, serving as PAR president in 2021. Most importantly, he is a fine, humble gentleman who is a third-generation realtor. And I am blessed to call him my brother and my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 president of the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, Chris Rad.
Thank you, Todd. I'm not exactly sure how to follow that, to be honest with you. I could listen to Todd speak for another hour and a half. But it's my honor to be here with everyone tonight, and I just want to thank Todd. And I know that this was very special for him, being from Berks County, and I know I appreciate Jason and the staff for allowing that to happen. Like I said, I could listen to Todd for another hour here. But I just want to thank everyone for having me in. Actually, being in Berks County was actually my first in-person visit of 2021 back in August. So it was great to be with you all at that time. You know, we've had a busy year, and really, I think our staff and leadership teams have never worked harder than they have over the last 18 months, or really 2 years for that matter. Really, when with all the craziness that we're dealing with, our leadership teams have stepped up, and I wholeheartedly agree with Erica. You know, I know sitting in San Diego with a lot of other state presidents, you know, a few months ago, you know, many of them were a little upset because this was their year, and you know, they didn't get to do some of the things they wanted to do. And I look at things exactly the way Erica had said that. I'm a glass way more than half full type person, and I think that the impact that we could have had on our associations during a very critical and important time was just great for us all to be able to serve our association and the members that we have. Berks County, you know, your association has just an awesome set of leaders at the state level. You know, starting with Brittney and John. I know John was on the Ledge committee. He was my pick for the Ledge selection for the government affairs director. But you know, Merlin and Angela and Vicky and Dave and my good friend Mark Moan. You know, this business is all about relationships and all about where, you know, what we do and the importance of what we do. So I just want to say thank you for all that. We've had a busy year at PAR. We haven't stopped, just as, you know, nothing stopped in Reading-Berks there. We've been busy legislatively. We just had our bill with the private roadway maintenance agreement signed into law a few weeks ago by the governor, something we've worked on for the last few years. We're still working on the first-time homebuyer savings account program. So hopefully that gets some legs here running into the first quarter of the year, which I heard that it very well could. We're also looking at legislation that we're working on with State Rep Todd Polinchuk, who's a past PAR president, about virtual learning, which hopefully that will be a permanent solution. As of right now, it's extended into March 31st. But we're hoping that this can be a permanent solution to that, because I think we can all identify that Zoom meetings and webinars are not going anywhere, and many of our members enjoy learning by that distance type setup. So that's something that we're going to be working hard on through the next few months as well. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. We are still going to have our business meetings in person at the end of the month. That is the plan. So you can sign up and register for that at parealtor.org. There will be an installation for our incoming president, Chris Beedling, and be able to see a lot of familiar faces while we're out there at that time. We're also doing another webinar coming up on January 18th at 10 a.m. with Realtor.com's chief economist. It's something that you don't want to miss. I would highly recommend registering for that because it's going to be something that I think we're all going to be able to get some information out of there. So you can register for that, again, at parealtor.org. And if you do register and you can't make it, you will also get an email following that with the recording of that if you would have to log off or can't make it to that. I would highly recommend tuning into that. We've had a pretty busy year, though. As many of us know, NAR decided to cancel the Zip Forms program and not continue that as a member benefit going into 2022. And that was something that very early on in the year, we thought we had to dig in and get some more information on. I created a task force that looked into this, and we found that over 80% of our members in Pennsylvania are using Zip Forms. We figured that this is a program that was too important as a member benefit to lose. So I'm happy to report that back in the summer, this was brought up to the Finance Committee. It was voted on by the board in September, and Zip Forms is a free member benefit to all PAR members for the next 3 years. So be on the lookout for more of that. There was a webinar that you can find with more info, questions. I know I'm a Zip Forms member, and my service just kind of rolled through seamlessly, which was great. Be on the lookout for a bunch of other new things coming up in the new year. We did change the logo, which was not controversial, thankfully. We have a consumer marketing campaign that's coming out through the beginning portion of the year, which you're going to see. So we have a lot of really good programming. And I think what we were able to do is kind of harness some of the really great leaders that we have and the phenomenal staff that we have that's going to be able to continue some of the programming that we have. I'm also super excited. We have a new strategic plan that's going to be unveiled at the end of the month that has a lot of really good implementation of programs that I'm super excited about. I know that there's some things in there with tech upgrades and things that we're looking to do over the next 3 years. So I'm really excited about where the future is going to go for all of us as members. I'm going to kind of leave you with this last thing here is just that, as I said before, we're in a relationship business. And what we do, in my opinion, and I believe all of yours, is really needs to be respected. And the things that we do, I think we can all identify that when we're respecting our fellow realtors and having a great transaction, it just works. Our clients see that, helping them get to the closing table in a really orderly, respectful fashion. Everything it just ends up with smiles on faces. And that's really what our goal is to make sure our clients are as well represented as completely possible. And, as Todd had said, I'm a proud third generation broker. I've been going on listing appointments and things since I'm very small with my father and my grandfather. And if you really think about it, we as realtors are the first line of defense for our real estate industry. And that's pretty impactful because what we do is not a joke. When we're helping our buyers and sellers with what is probably the largest investment that they'll ever have, think about how powerful and impactful that is in our communities. So what we do every day is super, super strong and super, super powerful. And that's not to be taken lightly by any of you. I'll leave everyone with one of my last things that I always like to close on. I wear my realtor pin wherever I go. We're all looking for leads. We're all looking for a new buyer or client to be able to talk to or get in front of. Wearing your realtor pin is the simplest thing you can do when you get up and leave the house. I was literally driving through a Starbucks a few years ago, and the gal that was handing me my coffee saw the pin and said, "Hey, are you a realtor? I want to buy a house." Handed her my card. 4 months later, she was sitting at a closing table. You never know where your next client is coming from or who you're going to bump into that this little pin may be able to spark up a conversation that'll create a lifelong client or friend or transaction for you in the future. So again, I just want to say thank you to your staff, to the leadership team. Erica, I appreciate all that you've done over the last year, and thank you for a great 2021. And Jason, I've known you for quite a few years. You're going to be a phenomenal leader for our bar, and I'm super excited that you're there for the 100th year as well. So with that, I will just say thank you to all of you that are on the call for being an active part of what I believe is the greatest profession there is on the planet. So thank you all. It's my honor again, privilege to install your officers, Jason Burkholer as president, Merlin Weaver, president-elect, Erica Ramus, immediate past president, Antonio Borelli, vice president, Marisol Torres, treasurer, CJ Levan, director, Vicky Venezia, director, Jennifer Jimenez, director, Mark Chaknos, director, Tyler Miller, director, Brandon Lisajanich, director, Scott Troxel, director, and Greg Guidish, director. There are those smiling faces up on the screen right now. Too late to run now, Jason. You are all about to assume a role as officers of this organization and commit yourselves to the best interest of the members, the industry, and the public that we all serve. As officers, you are taking on general and fiduciary duties of leadership. And on behalf of the entire Realtor organization, let me be the first to congratulate and thank you for your willingness to serve. Please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly and sincerely swear that you will administer the offices to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the Constitution and bylaws of your board, as well as the state and national associations? That you will adhere to and enforce the Realtor Code of Ethics, uphold and enforce the provisions of the Pennsylvania licensing laws and the rules and regulations of the State Real Estate Commission. That you will in all of your acts be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of our Commonwealth, the high purposes of your board, and the welfare of its membership. If you do so subscribe, please say, I do.
I do.
I do.
I do. I do.
I think that was everyone. You may now raise your hands. By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me by the State Association of Realtors, I do hereby proclaim each and every one of you officially installed into the offices in which you have been elected. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chris. No, darn it.
All right, so now I'm going to welcome our 2022 president, and he's going to give us his vision of our 2022 for our bar. So Jason, please, fill us in on what we're looking forward to this year.
All right. Well, I'd like to start off by thanking our honorary guest from PAR, our 2018 president, Berks County's very own Todd Umbenhauer. No doubt you are the 6th president from Berks County. No doubt at all. Chris Radd, our 2021 president, and our District 4 Vice President, Alexis Sanchez. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as we kick off our celebration of 100 years of our association service. We are really all looking forward to seeing you when we go to the business meetings here at the end of January. Before we go any farther, I wanted to thank everybody on this call for being here. You guys could have been anywhere tonight, and you intentionally chose to be here with us. And we really appreciate you choosing to give us your time, especially because we know how busy you are. I've found that the busier you are, the more intentional you have to be with your time and choices, and you have to do that so you can stay on the right path moving forward. So our world's full of distractions and clutter. You guys probably all have 18 notifications waiting for you already in your phone before you're even done with this meeting. And as our busy lives move forward here, going forward into 2022, I'm going to ask you to keep one word in mind, your thought for 2022. One word: intentional. I think this year we need to be the people that say we're going to stop letting things happen and we're going to start making them happen. We're going to make intentional choices. And I'd like you guys to agree that we will never use the words "we've always done it this way" to stand in the way of any kind of change. If nothing else, the last few years have definitely shown us that change is coming for you, whether you're ready for it or not. Now, I saw a quote recently that Hank Lerner, our lead counsel at PAR, shared. I'm going to read it here. It says, "A danger of nostalgia, after all, is that it tricks you into believing there is the right way for things to be rather than just the way things were." So how were they? How were things? Have things been better? I don't know. I guess it depends on who you ask. It's all relative, depends on what year you're talking about or the day. I can say the last few years have definitely been different. As you've heard other people allude to the challenges, we all know that some people have suffered unimaginable hardship and loss. Unfortunately, some people have had that happen. And fortunately, others have had the best years of their career. Things have happened in amazing ways for a lot of people. And regardless of how the last years have treated people, time has moved on. And we are now approaching the anniversary of our 100th year as an association. So as we do that, I want to revisit real quick how we started. Our association, I have a couple notes here, pardon me, I don't have a teleprompter. Our association was chartered on March 15th, 1922 by the National Association of Real Estate Boards as the Reading Real Estate Board. Wayne K. Leinbach served as our first president. So that was the National Association of Real Estate Boards chartered us. That was 28 years before the word realtor was even trademarked, and 50 years before the National Association of Real Estate Boards changed its name to the National Association of Realtors in 1972, which also happens to be the year that we changed our name to the Greater Reading Board of Realtors. We then again changed our name to the Reading-Berks Association of Realtors, Incorporated, in 1993 to align better with the names of the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors, and to better reflect our expanded footprint, as we wanted everyone to know we served all of Berks County, not just Reading. Our industry and our world has continued to change in the decades that followed that. We went from one-page MLS sheets. I think some of you guys might have been around before that. I don't know, but to an online MLS. We went from dropping off contracts to faxing them to then emailing them. We went from message slips being left in offices to playing phone tag and leaving voicemails, and now we text message people who never actually want to pick up the phone and call us. They'll just text us. Okay, lots and lots of things have changed. You can show houses virtually now. You can e-sign docs. You can close remotely with someone you've never actually met in person. And rather than just serving Berks County, our members now serve every single county touching it, and then some. When I look at the names of our members and compare them to the production in the MLS, our members work in 10 different counties on a regular basis, not just Berks County. So in 2022, we're going to move forward intentionally. We are going to take a look at everything we do and why we do it. We're going to respect and we're going to honor the past, because we know we stand on the shoulders of every single person who's come here before us. 100 years is a long time. We're going to celebrate that story. That's a full century. A century. Let that sink in for a minute. 100 years of service we've given this area. And we're going to celebrate that story with an eye on the future and ask, how can we plan for a better tomorrow? So one of the things I'm going to do this year is I'm going to put together a few task forces. One of those task forces is going to focus on rebranding our association to once again reflect the times we live in now. If you guys want to participate, I'm inviting you to participate. I'm going to personally be inviting our past leadership, people who've served on the board in the past, people who have been past leadership roles. You don't have to be a past leader if you want to participate. We're going to put the word out. And if you want to serve on a task force or something like that, I'm going to ask you to step forward and raise your hand and we'll talk about it. What are we going to do? I don't know. At the very least, we're going to develop a new logo because we all decided it's about time to do something different with that one. We're going to talk about that another day, because the other thing we're going to do is put forward a task force that focuses on our next strategic plan so that we can look as far forward as we can and think big about where we're going to go. We're going to have a task force that's going to be reviewing our bylaws and policies. And if we come up with more questions along the way, we're going to put together, I don't know, maybe another task force, or more specifically, maybe a couple focus groups. We can just bounce around a few ideas. I don't know that I have all the answers. I do know we all have lots of questions. And I'm extending the invitation to every single one of you. If you want to serve on those task forces, again, please reach out. We'd love to have your participation in the committees, in the focus groups. We'd love to have your talent. We'd love to have your effort. We'd love to have your input, but we'd love to have it from the start so we can make sure that your thoughts are considered, because you might have an idea we've never thought of. It might be challenging. It's definitely going to require your time and commitment if you decide to step forward, but we're also going to make it fun. I don't know if you could tell by the people you've already seen speaking on this call, you're going to have a chance to work with the best in the business. You're going to work with and learn from the best realtors and affiliates anywhere around. I'm excited for the possibilities of the future, and I'm really hoping you guys are excited too. We're going to figure it out together, and that's how it's going to work. We're going to figure it out. We're going to move forward with intention. Now, let's take a minute to recognize the people in the field who've taken valuable time away from their businesses and personal lives to help lead this organization to where it is today, and those who will help lead it into 2022 and beyond. So first, I'd like to thank the fellow board of directors, the ones who serve not only on the board, but most of the people on your board of directors serve on various committees, and they donate a lot of their time and talent to the association to help move our industry forward. So I'd like to thank them for all of their effort. I'd also like to thank those who volunteered to lead our committees. Our outreach committee is led by Jack Evans. We have diversity and development. Sharon Carras is our chairperson. Jennifer Jimenez is not just on the board, but our liaison. Entertainment and events, Deb Konowal is in charge of chairing that committee. And Brandon Lesagonich, there you go.
Yeah, that was right.
Oh, I did it right, Brandon. Brandon is our liaison there. President is helping liaison that. Finance, we have our treasurer, Marisol Torres, and our past treasurer. I apologize, my internet connection's unstable. Hopefully I'm back. You guys see me?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
There we go. Am I back again?
You're back.
That looks better.
All right, cool. Did you guys hear government affairs?
No.
Did we? Nope. Nope. All right. Did you lose me at entertainment and events?
We've lost you at past treasurer.
Oh, past treasurer. Perfect. Okay. So we have our current 2022 Marisol Torres is our treasurer, and Greg Guidish is going to help Marisol. And of course, our bar political action committee, we have Glenda DeLillo and Mark Moan, past president, who's going to be helping that. So those people are going to be devoting a lot of time in the committees, as well as all of the volunteers, all the realtors and the affiliates who I know are going to step forward this year. And you're going to help us move forward with those intentional looks at what we're doing and following the idea that we're going to grow into the future. So I know I speak for myself and the rest of the board in saying that we are excited about the bright future we have ahead of us. We are excited to advocate for you, for all the realtors of our association. We're going to celebrate with you, and we're going to try and work hard to continue to elevate our profession in 2022 as we honor the last 100 years of service by preparing for the next 100. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Brittney, I'll bring it right back to you.
All right. So I'm just going to leave you guys with some closing remarks and reminders. So thank you again for taking time this evening to join us for our installation and award ceremony. The committees are planning some upcoming events for the year, and we will have that information to you as soon as possible. One of the new events that we're working on this year, given the fact that it's our 100-year anniversary, is a centennial celebration or gala. You will get that information as soon as it's available. Other 100-year anniversary initiatives might include some sort of consumer outreach marketing campaign, some new advertising, some leadership profiles from past presidents. Getting to know more about our past helps us become better in the future. So you'll see a lot of that information and some shared experiences from leadership moving forward. The 2021 R-Bar annual report will be published later this month. 2022 dues are due now. They are due at the end of the month. So if you have not paid your dues, please do so. You can call our office. We'll take your credit card, or you can mail us a check for all we care. You can also pay your dues online at any point. Serving on a committee or assisting with our 2022 objectives. As you can see, we have a lot. So that means we're going to need a lot of volunteers and a lot of input. So if you have interest in serving in one of those capacities, please reach out to our association, give us a call, shoot me an email, shoot any of the staff an email, send Jason an email, anybody on the board. We'll get you signed up. We'll get you ready to go as we tackle these initiatives moving forward throughout the year. Let's see. So nominations for the 2023 Board of Directors, we will have a good number of directors cycling off at the end of this year. So if you have interest in serving on the Board of Directors, our nominations process will open much earlier this year because we are looking for at least six different directors to serve on our board in 2023. So if you have interest or you know of a realtor who would make a good director on our board, please, encourage them to apply for that position. That's all I have for you guys tonight. From all of us here at our bar, we wish you a very productive, a safe, and happy new year. So see you soon, everyone. Thank you again for joining us.